A small fortress in the east had fallen. The rebel leader didn't wear a crown, just a tattered Virilian banner and a name that echoed from the walls, Evren Aurelian. Kael remained unshaken as the report was read aloud. But the court? They were anything but calm. "They're not just marching in his name anymore," Lord Vareth said, his voice tight with fury. "They're killing it." General Nair chimed in next. "You need to put an end to this. Cut the symbol from their mouths." Lady Saran stayed silent for what felt like an eternity. Then, in a voice softer than the rest, she said, "He is no longer your mistake. He's becoming your replacement." Kael stood beside the throne, arms crossed, utterly still. The air in the chamber was thick with the weight of countless eyes watching. He issued no orders, no denials, no defenses, and when the session wrapped up, he slipped out through a side passage without uttering a word to anyone. Not even to her. That night, there were no summons, no guards knocked on his door, no letters slipped under Evren's threshold, just silence. He waited until the candles burned low, until even the garden lamps outside his window flickered out. Then he sat in the dark and came to understand. The robe he picked was pretty straightforward. It was dark, worn from travel, and had no crest or fancy stitching, just the kind of thing that wouldn't draw attention on the road. Definitely not something a prince would wear. He carefully folded up the few belongings he had into a cloth bundle. No notes, no mementos, not even the lion brooch. He left it behind on the mirror table, letting it watch him as he walked away. The halls felt deserted. It wasn't just quiet. It felt like they had been intentionally cleared for him. Evren didn't stop to ponder why. He didn't look back. He made his way through the old corridor behind the throne room. The one Kael had once shown him, the one with the hidden stairwell. He descended, passing the wall where the firelight had once warmed their skin, moving through the air that still felt like a ghost of the past. He pushed through the cold shrine door once again. Standing at the altar, the lion's eye had faded into shadow, the stone chilling to his touch. He didn't kneel, he didn't pray. He simply whispered one thing: "I don't forgive you." It wasn't directed at Kael. It wasn't for the gods. Maybe it was just for himself. He reached the palace gate just as the sun was about to rise. The guards didn't stop him. One of them stepped forward, a young man, serious and silent, with unreadable eyes. He handed Evren a slip of parchment, no seal, just 3 words: East Garden. Now, Evren hesitated for a moment, then slowly turned away from the gate and walked back inside. The garden sparkled with morning dew, each droplet glistening like silver. Mist curled low among the hedges, clinging to the petals of the night-blooming lilies and dampening the stone paths. Kael stood by the fountain alone. No guards, no throne, just him. Evren approached at a leisurely pace, unarmored and unhurried. He didn't break the silence first. Kael turned, hands clasped behind his back. "Were you really going to leave without saying anything?" he asked. Evren's voice was soft. Would it have made a difference? Kael didn't respond. Instead, he nodded toward the eastern gate, just beyond the garden wall. "You could leave," he said. "Right now. I won't stop you." Evren's brow furrowed in thought. Kael stepped a little closer. "Or you could stay, not as my prisoner, not as my symbol, as something else." Evren tilted his head, curious. And what would that be? Kael locked eyes with him. "My equal." The air thickened with unspoken tension. Evren let out a bitter laugh. "They'll never accept that. They don't need to. Just you." Evren felt a tightness in his throat. Kael continued, "You once said I made cages feel like rooms. This one won't have a lock, but it will have teeth." He took another step forward. "I won't protect you. I won't soften you. But I won't lie to you either." Evren searched Kael's face, and for the first time, he believed it. Kael extended his hand, open and waiting. Evren glanced at Kael's hand, but didn't take it. He didn't need to. Instead, he turned away, not toward the gate, but toward the palace. Kael fell into step beside him, quiet as ever. They strolled through the garden as the sun began to rise over the eastern walls, casting long shadows behind them. The mist started to lift, and birds began to stir in the branches. The palace loomed ahead, tall, cold, and waiting, and they walked toward it, together, not touching. Yet there was something unspoken between them, a connection that lingered. As they passed through the archway, two guards noticed them. Neither bowed, neither looked away, and neither dared to speak. What they saw wasn't a prisoner, a prince, or even a rebellion on the brink of igniting. They saw two men who had shed everything they weren't and chose to carry forward what remained.